Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? We appreciate you guys for tapping in once again with us. Of course, myself, Coach Fred, the beautiful Miss Tori, and our special guest today, the GOAT of athletic training in San Antonio, Texas, and the surrounding areas. We got Mr. Willie Nelson.
Thank you.
How you doing today, brother?
Loving. I appreciate the opportunity to be here with you.
Man, hey, it's an honor to have you here, man. We told you guys a few weeks ago that we was going to do our best to get Mr. Nelson off, and I'm going to call him Willie, man.
Yeah.
He deserves
Well, we know him as Willie.
enough respect to call him Mr. Nelson, but I'm going to go ahead and call him Willie because we boys like that or whatever and stuff, man. But we told you we was going to get Willie off in here, man. This guy has a plethora of knowledge when it comes to how these kids should be training and some of the regiments that they should be using and sticking to. So, you know, like I said, we appreciate having you, man.
Yes, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
It's a blessing and honor.
Thank you.
So, Tori, what we got on tap today, man?
Man, so we're going to talk about a couple of things. We're going to try and cover, the DeMar Hamlin situation that just came out. You said that there was another situation that happened at a school. So we're going to, kind of talk about that. The Draymond Green, I know that was a huge thing. So just a couple of things, and we're going to tie it all into youth sports since, that's what we're here for, and just really... Willie has some things that he wanted to kind of go over as well, and just kind of, just keep it casual. It's cold, wet outside, so we're just chilling. We're going to cover those couple things.
Okay.
Yep.
All right,
Good?
well, cool. Look,
I'm ready.
I want to start off with this epidemic of violence in these schools, right? Before the show started, man, we got your son Cameron over there acting crazy. You know what I'm saying? Acting like he ain't got no home training, which is pretty much indicative of what's going on in these schools nowadays.
Stop. Oh, I thought you were going to say at home.
Well, I mean, it starts at home, Tori. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I mean, they learning from somewhere,
Because
man.
last week we had just said that just because these kids are acting up doesn't mean it's all about the parents.
Well, I reneged on that. I done reneged on that.
I didn't even know
I
you
done
could do that.
reneged on that, man. But listen, because these kids are learning this somewhere. And if we don't do something as parents, man, to change the narrative on how these kids feel like they can behave when they're in public, when it comes to authority figures, man, it's crazy, man. These kids gonna end up, man, in prison. All right, they're gonna end up in some type of institution.
Yeah.
Man, and hopefully they don't end up in the grave, man, because this just the fact that these kids just show a lack of respect for authority, man, it's crazy. So I don't know if y'all saw the video, right? But because you got parents on both sides of the aisle right now, right? So I'm telling you, man, if my kid challenged the teacher, man, I'm on my kid's ass. And that's just real talk, man, because that's the way that I'm raising my kids, man. It's not always about the kids. These kids are overprivileged and under-disciplined, in my opinion. So that's just my take on it. I don't know if y'all want to chime in on something like that.
So you're saying that if your kid got in trouble, your first instinct is to automatically get on your child?
Well, I'm going to assess the situation.
Okay.
First and foremost, but I respect the teachers enough to understand. But I've developed relationships with my kids' teachers and administrators.
Right.
To the point to where I don't feel like they would come to me lying about something my son did. Plus, I know my kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I know my kid, so I know what he's capable of as well as what he's not capable of. So if you have a kid that shows violent tendencies, bad attitude. You can't tell them nothing. They smacking their lips all the time. If they do that kind of stuff with you, why do you think they're not doing this stuff in the schools?
True.
True. So, yeah, so that situation that I witnessed, and like I said, I wish we had the video, but, it's a challenge for these teachers. I don't think they get paid enough to deal with the stuff they deal with.
No, not at all. And
So I can do it.
especially having a wife in education.
Right.
The things I know, hear, and see what goes on, because there isn't enough respect that they have for their teachers. Like, dating myself, but when we were growing up, we got paddled.
Right.
In class for messing up. And then you got it going home. And
Yep.
then you got it at home.
Do you think they should bring the paddle back?
I do.
I said the same thing.
I do, because sometimes you need to whoop someone's ass at times.
I said the same
It's
thing.
like you just need to, because that helps straighten me out.
Fred said they don't need to bring it
Well, the only reason why I wouldn't agree with bringing the paddle back is because I don't trust the mental health of some of these administrators and teachers because of the duress that they're under on a daily basis.
But they wouldn't be under that duress if they already had that respect from the kids.
Well, no, okay,
And some of them aren't even afraid of to be challenged, though, because they want to fight back.
right.
As we can see in the video.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Some kids aren't afraid of that authority figure, or they have that lack of respect of being around adults.
Right.
So they'll say whatever they want to say and act the way they want to. But in all actuality, you don't behave that way if you have respect, but you have to command it and
Right.
demand it. And sometimes people rather lead by fear, but you got to have some kind of fear in them to know that something's going to happen, because there's no repercussions to them.
None.
Just go sit
That's
in timeout,
what it
go sit in the
is.
corner. They have no repercussions, except for if you go attack a teacher, they can't even say certain things without people want to jump on the teacher's back saying, "Oh, well, you're wrong for this. My child would never do that." You're not even around your child. You
Right.
drop them off even at practice and sit in the car.
Ooh.
So you don't know what your child's capable of, what they're saying to their coach,
Right.
Yeah.
because you just do your own thing,
Right.
and forget about parenting versus trying to be their friend.
Right.
And I parent my kids.
Yeah.
My wife parents us. But we have to work hard at establishing that discipline and respect for our elders, for authority figures, versus just letting them do whatever they want to do.
Right.
Yep.
So the video was, man, it was, I guess, somewhat controversial, but you know what was funny? It was a comical aspect to it, right? Because,
The student getting beat up.
well, I mean, no, that wasn't comical. I mean, put
I
like
just
this.
trying to
Look.
visualize because I didn't.
Yeah, the substitute teaching. I ain't gonna lie, that was comical to me because
Okay.
seeing the kid get her ass whooped for being disrespectful and thinking she was tough,
Yeah.
that's funny to me.
Okay.
Because she
okay.
should have stayed in her place, right?
Right.
But I guess the part that the internet found was funny was, you know, that teacher had them yams. You know, man, hey, she had them yams, dog. Hey, she jumped on that little girl, man, and them cheeks was clapping. They was talking about she didn't have no underwear on. You know, them cheeks was in there clapping, man.
So totally digress from.
No,
the,
I'm telling you what the narrative was. They kept saying, why isn't this teacher wearing any underclothes? You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm telling you, she was thick too.
Oh my
She was
gosh!
thick with it. You know what I'm
Let's put the
saying?
icing on the cake.
Look, hey man, can I be real? You know what I'm saying? So when I'm seeing how she's sitting on that girl and them yams is hanging out, I said at first, because I thought it was another student at first. Right? I thought it was another student at first. I was like, nah, these
What
are
was she
two.
wearing?
She just had like on a black skirt or something like that or whatever. But
Like school appropriate?
yeah, it was appropriate when
Oh,
you
okay.
teaching. But when you bend over and that thing start thanging.
Oh
you
my
know what I'm
God!
saying? When that thing start thanging, you know, hey, you know.
As she's beating this kid up.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, but look, let's be real about one thing. You know, when sisters get to throwing them hands, they don't
They
care
don't
what
care.
pop up.
Right.
All right?
No
They got
care.
one agenda. You know what I'm saying? That's to tear somebody off the bone or whatever. And stuff.
Right.
But anyway, the internet was like, man, she not wearing no underclothes. So the first thing that kind of came to my mind is like, man, that's the first thing y'all thought of?
Right.
We lost, man. Hey, man, we need to do better. If that's the first thing that came to your mind, man, we lost.
Did you
know?
see it? Did you see it without reading the comments first? Is that the first thing that you thought of?
Well, no. I thought it was two young girls fighting.
Oh, okay,
initially,
okay.
Right? But see, I saw the picture before I saw the video.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just a picture of the teacher, like basically on top of the little girl holding her down.
She wasn't swinging.
No, she was just holding her down.
Oh,
but that was
okay,
just a
okay.
still picture.
Got it.
But then when you look, you like, cause she had on the like a black skirt, but she's also a dark skinned lady. So I'm like,
Something ain't right.
I don't know if my eyes are deceiving me, but that wasn't what was on my mind. But when I started
Right.
reading the comments, and I'm like, oh, it's that kind of party. So once again, I mean, you know, and then it was funny because they said her husband, you know, was commenting.
Oh my God.
And he was like, I can't believe that y'all tripping on my wife. Of course she has on underwear. He was like, man, I don't know what kind of underwear that y'all wives wear or that y'all ladies wear, but my wife wear Victoria's Secrets, Lane Bryant, all this other stuff or what have you. and it's appropriate for me.
Got
and,
it.
and it's not designed to, you don't
For
know what's
everybody
under.
to see.
Right. You
Yeah.
should
Right.
know what's under there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. So
Interesting.
So
Okay,
look, just real
well.
quick, shout out to all the teachers out there wearing that Victoria's Secret.
Oh my gosh. How do we get
Hey,
here?
keep doing y'all thing. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, it's a stressful job, man. Go home and feel sexy. You know what I'm saying?
Feel good, look good, work good.
Feel good, work good,
you
look
go,
good,
man.
all that.
Yeah.
That motherfucker out there clapping
Whole
and
time.
yamming.
Okay, so moral of the story. Yeah, okay.
More of the story is, man, hey, beat your kids' ass, man. And teach
There
them
we
some
go.
goddamn respect. If you whoop your kids' ass, you don't got to worry about the teacher whooping your kid ass.
Right.
Because when they go to school and they tell you, excuse me, young lady, I need that cell phone because I've already asked you on a couple of occasions
So
to
that's
put your cell
what it
phone
was.
up.
That's what it was. Okay.
And your cell phone gets confiscated, you can't challenge the teacher and say, bitch, I'm going to whoop your ass. Give my
Right.
cell phone back. The moment you come in my personal space, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah. Cameron, have you ever witnessed something like not the teacher on like a fight, but the kids saying, "No, this is my phone. You're not finna take it." Really?
It happens more often than what you think.
Have you stepped inside a classroom with this stuff?
No, I haven't stepped inside of a classroom.
Your background in teaching, if you was in that situation, it's probably, well, of course, you're gonna handle a female different than you handle a male. 'Cause
Right.
it's automatically you
Most
do it,
definitely.
right? So, but when you're dealing with your background in teaching, how would you do that if a young adult male challenged you like that?
It would have been the same thing. I taught
He's
high
swinging.
school. I taught 10th and 12th grade English for 4 years. I've had my share of those incidents. And the thing that I tell folks is this, man, I'm all about respect. I'm gonna give respect before you even have to give it back to me. But the thing is, I tolerate no disrespect, especially when it's coming from, these are young men. These ain't kids. These young men, most of the time, are probably bigger than I am.
Yeah.
Stronger sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So you have to be able to stand your own ground. And it's sad that you got to do that in the classroom because you're not on the courtyard. You're not in a prison yard or nothing like that. You're in the classroom, a place of higher learning. So everybody should be on the same page. But, some of these kids are going to school. We can throw out all the excuses for them or whatever and stuff. But at the end of the day, there's just no excuse for not being respectful to somebody who's trying to help you better your life.
Yeah.
I got a follow-up question. In Florida, I know Florida, they have trying to pass a law where they're gonna give the teachers permission to carry weapons, i.e. guns, to school due to the school shootings, and it was pushed across the nation. What's still coming from you as a teacher or whatever, do you think it's that extreme to where teachers should be able to protect themselves with mace? Mace, let's just say mace as a minimum.
Mace is fine. I feel like mace is fine, but
Guns
no
would be-
type of guns.
Yeah, because
Yeah, no.
that's going to cause anything. Because what happens if a kid takes a teacher's gun?
Right.
And then you have your own internal shooting right there, and that
Yeah.
teacher's gone for
Especially
doing their
these-
job.
Yep.
Say, give me your phone, and then you get shot over that.
I was just about to say, especially if these kids are willing to come out and just verbally attack and now actually approach these teachers and start fighting. These teachers don't need
Yeah.
guns.
I will be 100% against any type of weaponizing the teachers, because now for those 90% of the good kids that are there to learn and to show respect, and be obedient, I guess, you know what I'm saying? Like, now they're looking at the teacher more of as a threat than as an educator.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At least that's my opinion. I wouldn't want my son to be in the classroom with a teacher with a strap. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, man, I think that creates a different environment, and I think that adds the rest, to a educational atmosphere.
So it's not even like education; it's almost like a prison system.
There you go. Yep.
To where we want to do that, and then now the kids are going to feel victims.
I mean, my kids already call school prison, so
Yeah, it's already it's set up like that.
You already set up.
But
Yeah.
what are we subconsciously feeding these young men and women? We're teaching them this is where you're going to go. So
Willie, you have some shout outs. Everybody's saying hey to
Oh,
you. And Coach Weezy was like, oh snap, new Outlaws, new coach on the show. Hey,
Hey, Weezy,
welcome.
man. Hey,
That was
man,
right
you
right
messing
there.
up my game over here, dog. Ain't nobody supposed to be knowing about this, man. Come on,
that?
dog.
Man, yes.
that on?
Get on the live so you can see the.
Where is it there?
Now, Tori, you got to read all the comments today, man, because I ain't messing with my phone today, man.
Okay, I got you.
I got chewed out by one of the viewers that I be on my phone too much, but I really just be trying to look at the
Yeah,
comments.
y'all, we just trying to look at the comments so we can keep up with you guys. I know everybody's saying.
Hey, man, and real quick, I'm going to give a shout out to Maurice, man. He couldn't be here tonight.
Yeah.
But if y'all notice the trend, whenever we bring on guests, you know, Maurice normally just, you know, that's his day off, man. You know what I'm saying? So, you know,
Next
we
Thursday's
got
my
a
day off.
more than qualified guest to stand in for him.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So y'all keep shouting out to Coach Willie because
Yeah.
once again, you know, we know who the GOAT of
Stacey
NBA
said
basketball
hey.
is.
Stacy.
You know what I'm
What else,
saying?
what else?
So, and we also know who the GOAT of training in San Antonio
Yep.
is, man. And he's up here with us.
That's
Matter
right.
of fact, Tori, me and Tori need to sign up for some lessons.
See?
I need to drop some pounds, man. And Tori said she need to get in shape.
Yo, okay, so he started working me out. My son started working me out a couple of days ago. I'm really sore, so.
See? So we
I
have-
don't think I'm on your level yet.
No, but I have an all women's trainer, Lori. She
Okay.
has an all women's class at 5 a.m. Monday, Wednesday,
Oh,
Friday.
at what time?
5 a.m.
Yep, nope, not happening.
But then also Tuesday and Thursday from
Okay.
5 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Okay, I can
and
do
Saturday
that.
at 9 a.m.
Willie.
So we got you covered.
Hey,
Don't
no.
So
Tori wakes up at 7 a.m.
okay.
and Tori takes a nap at 9 a.m.
Don't
Yes, that's
judge.
what she does.
Don't judge me.
I take a nap every day too.
I don't.
It's good. This how we stay
I take
looking
a nap,
young.
But hold on. What time do you actually get up, though? You work around the clock, though.
Yeah. So some sessions, for
I do
instance,
too.
You do not work around the clock, Tori.
so during I'll go back to working with Kai. So he was a linebacker for Steel.
Right.
So during the season, Monday night 8 p.m., Tuesday 5 a.m. Come back Tuesday night from 5. Or he usually come back like around 8 o'clock.
Right.
Wednesday, he did his own thing at the school. Thursday again, 5 a.m. position specific work. And then he would go through his cryotherapy and things like that. And then Friday he had his game.
Now,
And then Sunday, come back and we do prehab. So that's what he did during the season.
right.
And that's a different level of dedication that some people aren't willing to do. So yeah, I had to wake up 4:15, get to the gym, what have you, and be there ready for him, and then work out. Then I'm back to my session. I'll take a nap.
Now, but he's working around the clock now.
I am too.
Now, and I wish we had a picture of Kai, so that they can see.
Oh, so he's a monster.
Once you see this guy,
Yeah.
you're gonna understand the results that Kai has achieved. This kid looked like Incredible Hulk, man.
For real.
Like the Incredible Hulk for real, clothes and everything, man. Just shredded, busting out his clothes or whatever and stuff. And that's a tribute to the work that he's put in
Absolutely.
with Willie. All right, that's why he the GOAT, man.
He's a
That's
hard-working young man. Like
know?
you said, it's a different level of dedication that not everybody's willing to do to get where they want to be.
So yeah, so we gonna get a picture of
Shut
Kai
up.
up
I'll put up
before
there.
the matter of fact, Legacy. What's
wow.
your number? Well, you know
Wow.
what? We'll make sure that
We'll-
we get
yeah,
we'll
we'll-
make sure that we get a picture of Kyle before the end of the show.
So we have a couple
because
of.
we got a lot of stuff to talk about with Willie.
Yes, we do. Thanks, Stacy. She said I'm a natural athlete. See, not everybody has that. Don't hate.
Stacy,
Okay.
man, don't be blowing Tori head up.
Look,
Look,
she know, I worked out with Stacy. We all know Stacy's a monster too.
Stacy is
Polo's
a
true.
beast.
Yeah.
Thank
Stacy
you.
is
whole
a
family.
absolute
Thank you.
beast when it comes to the workouts.
Stacy, and look,
But
I worked out with
but
her.
Tori, when you worked out with her,
Uh-huh.
I seen you over there dragging ass, begging for water,
That's
passed
a
out on the
lie.
sideline. You know what I'm saying? She had to slow the whole class down. So Stacy, don't be trying to
That
give
is
Tori
a
no
lie.
props. Don't be trying to give Tori no props.
She said I did. See,
She
she
just
got
being
my
nice
back.
to you.
No,
Stacey
whatever.
has her own level of training at what she does, and if that's something that more teams can incorporate to help the moms out during practice, so
And that's one
I
thing that
loved
we
it.
tried to
I
do
loved
during
it.
practice. We had our women's group that worked out. Unfortunately, I couldn't continue because I was
Yeah.
Shut
She telling the
up.
truth now, Willie. She couldn't continue because she
because
couldn't
I was
hang.
dealing with the parents.
She couldn't hang. Stacy
Whatever.
drug it. Good job,
Whatever.
Stacey. Way
Good
to
job,
drag.
Stacey.
Way to drag
Proud of
Tori.
Well, let me tell you this: Kevin Ormsby said that you was just getting in shape to eat at the ice cream truck.
Yeah, I do.
So,
That's the only reason why I work out. So I can eat as many ice creams and snow cones when the ice cream man pull up. When the ghetto truck pulls up. For those of you that don't know,
it's called.
On the east side of San Antonio where we practice, the ice cream truck is not called the ice cream truck. It's called the ghetto truck. That's what they call it. And they seem to find us wherever we go. So every time they pull up, hey, I got to get my fix in. So I get out and do my running before practice, doing practice sometimes so I can have as many snacks as I desire.
All right.
Yep.
Earn it. Earn it and burn it.
Samuel Allen, he said he wants you to let him work at the gym when the boys go in. And he does take naps too. So, see? It's a thing, guys.
Sorry,
it's a
they
thing,
just listen,
y'all.
man. People just like you, so they all trying to make you
It
feel
has
like
nothing to do with likes.
Yeah.
It's real life. Maybe you should take a nap. You won't be so grumpy. Golly.
ain't got no time. Ain't
And
got no time for naps.
Arl said, shout out to Lyman Camp coming soon.
Yes, we got that coming up. So
You know what? Matter of fact, go on and
I
plug
was
that
gonna
now.
say, let
All
us
right.
know.
So, April 30th, Texas Elite Football and the program are going to be having a lineman camp. We have 2 sessions, starts at 11:30 to 1:30. That's going to be 6 to 11-year-olds. Then middle school and high school is going to be from 2 to 4. And we got a sponsor for the U.S. Army.
Wow.
Also, Scooter Bangs and Duck Pond will be there.
Okay.
So thank you, Daron Smith, for having a representative for Duck Pond Film. And then for your restaurant, he's going to have $10 gift cards. And we're going to give those to the hardest working young men or women who are signed up to do the lineman camp. So it's something that we feel that is missing because no
agree.
disrespect or anything like
agree.
that, but kids doing combine training at youth level and early middle school does nothing for their game. There's never been a college scout say, what did you run your 40 in when you were 7 years old or 10 years old? So it's a waste. So this camp isn't just about doing drills and things like that. We're going to be instructing and teaching them. Coach Mike with Texas Elite is going to be working with the offensive lineman. I'll be working with the defensive lineman. We're going to have some high school players that we work with, and I'm working on getting a young man, Chris Hill, a.k.a. Chill, who was a walk-on at UTSA. He made the football team, and he hasn't played football in over a year.
Wow.
So
That's
when
crazy.
he came to me and said, I have 1 month to get ready for walk-on tryouts, I was like, dog, you only give me 1 month.
Right.
We got to do a lot.
Overtime.
Yeah, and he threw up 4 times his first day.
That would be me.
But he kept on pushing. So I knew the first time when you do your trials, you're going to have to go back to back to back. So I have to build your endurance. So the first 3 sessions were all dedicated to building endurance. Then we went the following week after that. Then we went to skill training to make sure, okay, you're going to smaller defender, he's only 5'10". And at UTSA, some of the guys he's going up against are 6'4", 6'5".
Right.
Yeah.
So technique, speed off the ball. So we were working on that. And hopefully I'll be able to get him to come out and talk to the kids about hope and aspiration because you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Right.
He took his shot and believed in himself. And it was a lot of his mom and his church that believed in him.
Yeah.
They have 5 a.m. prayer sessions, and they tagged me in the video. And his mom reminds me of my mom, and that's why I love and support that family.
Right.
Because of it. I wish my mom was alive, but the way she supports and believe in him, that made a difference because my mom passed away and she believed in me more than anybody else in this world. And that makes a world of difference.
Man. So now y'all understand why this guy's a GOAT. It ain't just his workout regimen. Man, it's also his heart. You know, man, this guy is in it for the right reasons. You know, and really that's what it should be about. You know what I'm saying? People with the right heart, you know, trying to help other people achieve their goals.
Right.
You got a young guy who had the dream of playing college football, man, who didn't have those resources available initially. He reaches out to Willie. Willie puts his regiment in hyperdrive. Along with the kids' commitment and dedication, and now he's playing football on the collegiate level. Man, you can't beat that, man. You cannot beat that. So definitely shout out again to Chill.
Yeah.
Shout out to Willie on that, man. And you know what? Give a shout out to Scooter Bangs and Dermon Smith. You know what I'm saying, for just putting on,
doing that.
for these young athletes. Man, listen, if you ain't had a chance to get over to Scooter Bangs, go over there, get you some grub, man. They got great soul food cooking, man. You know, like we got to support us.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We got to support us out in the medical center. So for those of you that live on the east side, it's a little bit of drive or whatever stuff, but I'm telling you, it ain't too many soul food places in the city, man, where you're going to get those portions, where you're going to get that flavor. Make sure that you go out there and you support that young brother, man.
That's amazing. That's awesome. Thank you.
What else we got, Tori?
Yeah, I actually really wanted to talk about this DeMar Hamlin situation. So he just got, I think it was yesterday, right? He got the green light by 3 doctors to go ahead and play football again.
Bless him.
After the whole situation of him falling out on the field, he went into cardiac arrest, and it's literally been, 4 months now? And he's back just to play, like nothing ever happened.
That's a testament of the doctors and everybody, first responders, right there on the scene
Yeah.
to help out.
That's crazy. Would you guys put your kids out after knowing that happened? Would y'all put your kids back out on the field so quickly? I know he's different because he is. This is his livelihood, exactly. But the team also said that they hadn't stopped paying him, so it's not like he was out of money. But would you guys put your kids back on the field?
If it's a kid, I'd have him wait. Just for maybe a year or so, just so we can get back to being comfortable, do the cardio to make sure and take more tests. I know he cleared, but who knows what's going to happen. But as an adult, you're thinking, this is how I make my money.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I haven't set something aside. Maybe I don't have a side business to fall back on.
Yeah.
Because at one point, our whole playing career is going to be over, but what do you have to fall back on?
Yeah.
And I don't know his situation, but I heard he's doing a lot for like donating and things of that nature. But each situation's, as an adult, you got to cater it case by case.
Yeah.
He
I
knows the
didn't even
situation better.
see. I didn't see. I knew. I knew it when I was talking to Brian, and I was like, they're gonna put him back out there sooner than later.
Right.
He was like, no, they're not gonna. He's probably gonna retire from the NFL after this situation. And I was like, absolutely not.
Man, that's, if I put myself in his shoes, right? For one, that takes a lot of courage.
Yeah.
Anybody who's played football on a high level understands the risk that you put yourself in every time you step on that field.
Yeah.
Man, I remember when I was playing college ball, man, I made a tackle one time, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I thought I paralyzed myself. I laid on the ground, and and I can't move nothing. And I hit it, and my players talking to me because it was a big tackle.
Yeah.
And they like, good job. And I'm like, man, I can't move, man. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it was only like that. It seems like it was forever, but it was probably in reality, probably about like 5 or 6 seconds. So when I finally started to regain my ability to move, man, that messed with me mentally.
Yeah.
Because I was like, what just happened to me? But, I kept playing the game and stuff or whatever. After the game was over, you go get your treatment. You see the trainers and stuff like that or whatever. But you never get that out of your head.
Right.
Right? So, and that's just something as simple as me making a routine tackle or whatnot. If I tackle somebody and end up having a heart attack because of that, I don't know if I could go back on the field.
I don't know if I could either.
And will definitely not be effective. Yeah. I may be able to sit on the bench and collect a check.
Yeah.
Hey, they be like, David, it's your turn to go in. Hold on, coach. I can't find my helmet or whatever. I'm going to get that check, but I ain't going on that field, man.
Yeah.
Because, I'm older now, and I realize that, there are more things to life than money. But as a 25-year, I think he's like 25.
25, yeah.
As a 25-year-old young man chasing his dream.
So do you think he was trying to, I get the chasing the dream part, but do you think he was trying to prove something?
Nah, not with your life. I'm not going to prove nothing with my life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I got to prove to you by putting my life on the line, bro, hey, I don't need to be around you. You know what I'm saying? I just think with him it's probably more passion. It's probably, goals that he set for himself. And it's a lot of courage. It's just a lot of ambition saying, you know what, I'm not going to let this condition defeat me. He probably has a lot of kids that are looking up to him who may have heart conditions saying, man, you're my hero.
That's what I'm saying. So you don't think he's trying to prove something to them?
For
that
himself.
Yeah.
I see for himself, because if you do have certain aspirations, like his goal may be to be in the Hall of Fame. So he says, I'm not there yet. there's so much more I got to do. I want to catch so many passes, X, Y, Z. Making any interceptions, so many tackles, but we don't know his personal situation.
Now, I will tell you from a parental perspective, if I'm Damar Hamlin's dad, I'm like, son, that's it.
Yeah.
Love you too much, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's going to consider you to be a quitter or a failure because you put your life first. You know what I'm saying? You're still a young, vibrant guy. You just may not be able to play football. Football can be taken from these athletes at any given time, any play.
So you would deter him from going
Almost
back to
definitely.
them?
That's my son. I love him.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? Look, I get it. Football is entertaining.
Yeah.
You know, we love to be entertained, but I'm not going to entertain you, anybody else at my son's expense.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, all them prayers and stuff is great. They said the power of prayer works, and I believe in that. But I don't want to be the one that everybody praying for. I don't want my son to be the one everybody praying for. Let me pray for your son. You know what I'm saying? Not my son. You know, I want my son at home with his family,
Right.
with me, or whatnot. So as his father, 100% I would deter him. Look, son, you just went through something very traumatic, and next time you may not be as fortunate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So as a parent, I would definitely discourage him from going back on the football field. But if I'm him, then I'm probably going to get back out there because it's my dream.
Right.
You know, and I'm not going to let anyone prevent me or anything prevent me from achieving my job. I want to go out on my own terms. You know what I'm saying? So who knows, man? He may be able to go back out there, turn that thing around, and become an all-star. You know, like Willie said, he may end up making a Hall of Fame or whatever. He may get a bigger contract, you know. But when we look in the grand scheme of things, you know, he'll probably never get that big contract now because there's always going to be stipulations on his health.
Right.
You know, so it'll kind of be stigmatized from that. But you know, at the end of the day, man, I mean, it's definitely kudos to him for at least having the courage and having that faith. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to even I'm going to use faith because at this point he's operating strictly on faith, in my opinion, that's not going to happen again. So, you know, I mean, that's, you know, I think that's an inspirational story to any of those young athletes that are constantly told, no, you're not good enough or you can't do this. Look at Damar Hamlin.
And touching on that with the heart screening. So my wife told me about a situation with one of her friends, and this young man was in good shape. He's a swimmer at a particular school, and he fell out. Turns out they were able to get him to the hospital, and they got him to the right people. And there's a place in San Antonio that does free heart screenings for athletes in high school. They're called August Heart Foundation. And meeting with them next week. So they're going to come by the gym to see if it's going to be the right space that they can do it to where they can do the heart screening for athletes.
Wow.
In order to have a private screening,
amazing.
they need to have at least 50 athletes sign up.
Okay.
So after I get the green light to do it, I want to make sure we can promote that.
Yeah.
So anyone middle school to high school, 13 and older, they play any sport. Basketball, football, track, swimming, tennis, it doesn't matter. You could think you're perfectly healthy, just like a professional football player. But what if, imagine if we were able to catch that earlier?
Is this going to be at your gym?
That's what we're going to try and see. We're going to have it there. It's going to be in a month to where they said they're going to be able to do it the right space. If not, anywhere we can do it at to promote it, to help the health of these young athletes.
Absolutely.
So we can avoid that one. This doctor does free screenings, and it's because his son passed away.
Oh.
And some people think it's hereditary, but he didn't have it. It wasn't in his. The mom didn't have it. Dad, none of the other siblings had it. It was just him. And think about swimmers have crazy endurance, but we never know what's going on inside. So we can say, "Oh, my kid's big and strong as what have you." I had a slight heart murmur when I played.
Right.
So that's one of the things that you never know. You can look great on the outside, but what's going on the inside?
Right.
We're proud of these kids for being 300 plus pounds, heavy, but your organs don't grow. Your organs have to work twice as hard.
Right.
Harder. Yeah.
So those are the things I look at when I'm working with people. Some people that, how can we make sure you're healthy? Because it's not just about looking good, playing good. What about longevity?
Yeah.
So this
That's
thing will be great.
amazing. I think we need to bring more awareness to, because Texas is such a football state.
Yes.
Someone had said, Samuel said concussions. So that's a good thing too. So just like the heart screening, we should do something for concussions. Do you know of anybody who does
I'll
like
find out
concussion
on that.
screening?
That's
yeah.
one big thing. We need to protect our athletes. That's why
Right.
I'm very blessed and fortunate to where with Maricas and DF Ducks, well, referring to you, that we're going to do a tackle camp
Right.
later on. I think it's in June or July. I forgot the date. But there's so many kids that are going out leading with their helmet.
Right.
Man.
And just one of my clients, well, family members, India Collins, her son was playing in a game, and I'm not going to call out the organization, but her son was already down, and then one of the kids came and speared him, and the other coach was cheering for it.
Right. Garbage.
Yeah. So, and now he's out and can't play for the rest of the year. And now she said, okay, we might have to wait until he gets into high school. And he was doing great. He was training, working hard, and to now have him out because of that.
Right.
So there's so many things that go on that we don't check as adults because it's a
Yeah.
learned behavior. Like your kid's going to keep, like we're talking about the behavior at school.
Right.
Your
Right.
kid's only going to do what you allow them to do.
Right.
Right.
So if you don't check it, it's a learned behavior and it's accepted. We don't correct these kids doing these same things. It's a learned behavior and they accept it. And that's not ball. We don't want them to do that because all fun and games until it's your kid laying on the ground, until it's your kid that has to go to the hospital. And
Yeah.
that's why I'm passionate about teaching tackle training, teaching the safety component of it. You can truck. You don't have to lead your head. If you're running with the ball in your right hand, lower your left shoulder.
Right.
You can truck him and still without. That's what messed us up.
Right.
we were
right.
playing. That's what we thought.
A lot of head-to-head
Look at
collisions,
my helmet.
right.
Look at all these marks I got.
Oh.
That's
Right
nothing
on
to
the
be
crown
proud
of your
anymore.
head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We used to think that was the way to do it. So even though we played that way, we played violently. Okay, now there's a better way to do it. Okay, let's start teaching these kids the smart way, so they can have that longevity.
You know what, man? What I want to give you a lot of credit because, man, you were one of the first ones to publicly promote safe tackling, right? Because these concepts are still pretty new in football, right? I mean, we've been doing it for years, but it hasn't been. It's just now starting to be widely embraced. Because when it first came out with the safe tackling and the heads up and all that kind of stuff, it was a lot of pushback from that.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, just in San Antonio alone, man, I'll be one of the first ones to say, I'm like, nah, man, we just go out there and we play football.
Yeah.
And I was one of those guys. Now I've never encouraged, dirty football, play anything like that or what have you. But to your credit, when the NFL first came out with that initiative with safe play, heads up tackling, you endorsed that from the very beginning. And you took a lot of backlash, especially in that U form, because people were saying, "Oh man, he's soft, man." They just trying to take the game away and all this other stuff. But you stood on your belief and said, "No, man, there's just a better way to do it." So I'm gonna give you a lot of credit for that, man, because we didn't know then that we needed you to be an advocate for these kids when it came to their safety. Man, I have a 9-year-old son that plays now, right? I went several years without having a child in the sport. So I ain't gonna lie to you, my perspective was different because my oldest son, who's 25 now, back when he played, man, it was barbarian football.
That's what
we was running guys over, trucking them. Man, the crackback was legal,
Yeah.
all this other stuff, and it was
Yeah.
just like, wow, man, that was great football.
Yeah.
Right? By the time he aged out and went on to play high school ball or whatnot, me not having a kid playing football, I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of immune to it. Because as much as you love these other kids, you know what I'm saying? As coaches, we say this is what these kids sign up for.
Yeah.
They want to be taught. We want to be the kids knocking other kids,
Yeah.
heads off or whatever and stuff, right? When my 9-year-old, when he came back and he started playing and he was 5, I remember his first year playing tackle. Man, we were playing in L.A. Man, this was a cornerstone, man. I remember this like it was yesterday. He was actually on defense. He was playing outside linebacker. He came up the field trying to make a hit. The running back cut back the other way. And, man, I'm talking about ear holding, man. Took him clean off his feet. And when I tell you, man, that was probably the scariest moment in my football career. And I played college football and everything. But to see my son out there laid out like that, not knowing if he was
If he
okay
was
or
okay,
not.
yeah.
Man, I sprinted out in the middle of the damn. I didn't care that the play was still going.
Yeah.
You know, my fatherly instinct, man, I ran my ass right to the field, you know, and immediately I'm going to make sure he's okay and stuff or whatever. And, you know, just so happened to, you know, he was okay. You know, man, but the relief from seeing him being able to walk off the field was second to none. But you know what immediately followed that was anger. Why y'all teaching y'all kids to hit like that?
I was just about to ask. So
You
not
know?
harping on, you know, that on NLA or anything like that, but at that time, was there anything that could have been, well, you just said.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying though. See, my thing is this, and this wasn't about NLA.
Right. No, I'm
Because
not saying it's
because
about them.
that was just a football play. It was not
Right.
illegal what the kid did.
Okay.
I reacted as a dad. I didn't react as a coach because as a coach, I would have been like, hey, man, that's completely legal. What you mad for? Like, teach your son how to keep his head on the swivel or whatever and stuff.
Got it.
Ultimately, what I'm saying is this. What I told myself was, I don't give a damn if we had won the game, lost the game. The most important thing to me after that was seeing my son be able to walk off the field on his own.
Yeah.
It changed my perspective on football. So now, when you don't see Coach Fred getting all rah-rah and stuff like that, you know, we can be playing a team, and if one of our kids go out there and lay one of them kids out, I'm on the field for the other kid.
Yeah.
Because I want to make sure that that kid is okay. You know what I'm saying? I'll lose every game, if it ensured that all of my kids and all the kids on the other team walked off the field the same way that they walked on, because now it's a different perspective. And like I said, I mean, that comes from being around folks who constantly remind you that there is a bigger picture, and it's not just the wins or the loss. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not even ashamed or embarrassed to admit it took guys like Willie, and you know other coaches that I still look for tutelage and inspiration to constantly say, you know what, man, there's a better way to do it. You know what I'm saying? We was at one of our practices last year. As a matter of fact, I was getting on your son about it. Remember we was doing the kickoff?
Yeah.
And, man, her youngest son, he's a straight dog. He don't give a damn.
He don't.
You know, hey, once he line you up, he's sick and missile. He's going to get you.
Yeah.
And, you know, he did it one time in practice with one of our own kids. And some of my coaches, they clapped it up. You know, because like it's a legal hit.
Yeah.
And Tori was like, no, son, you don't do that. Her motherly instinct kicked in because she's a team mom to the whole team.
Right.
Right.
You
All
know,
the babies.
and
They're all my kids. Yeah.
and I remember we was in the game and he did the same thing in the game. But the ref threw the flag and you know they told us, man, pull him out, talk to him, whatever and stuff. And I remember talking to our coaches saying, look, that's the reason why I got to be corrected in practice.
Yeah.
It has to be corrected in practice because if not, like you said, they're only going to do what we allow them to do. And I'm proud to say, because it was addressed after that wasn't an issue any longer. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, once again, man, like that is big, being able to have folks that we can talk about things like that too. You know what I'm saying? And just like I said, with the resources that you bring to the table, now we're talking about saving lives.
Yeah.
With this, you know, getting a free heart checkup.
Screening, yep.
You know, your heart, man, is a vital organ inside of you, man. And when you get a lot of these you know, in Texas, man, look, and I deal with coaches from all over the country. You know, they all say the same thing, man. That Texas heat ain't no joke, man. I don't know how y'all get through that.
I don't either.
I don't know how y'all get through that.
I don't either.
But it has become more common for our kids to just drop.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about because they not getting
Heat
water.
exhaustion,
These
right.
guys are getting heat exhaustion, heat strokes. You know, and they just passing out. So, man, a lot of the times we do have to be aware and make sure that we are doing the screenings. So, man, trust me, once Willie gets this stuff going for these heart checkups, man, please sign your kid up.
Oh,
All
take your
sports.
kids. Yeah.
For all sports. This ain't just something for you football, man. This is something that's going to be available for every parent, every kid. You know what I'm saying? Get your kid out there. Let's get these kids checked up so that we can make sure that we're doing our part to make sure that our kids are safe.
Yeah. Especially, I'm sorry. Go
you
ahead.
good.
I was gonna say, especially because half these damn kids haven't even hit puberty. Like they have a long life to live. I feel like it's just they're too young.
Yeah.
They are too young. Like we gotta protect these kids and make sure they're good. I know Lakeisha has said in the comments, since she's a nurse, she's just asking these parents to stay on top of all the screenings that the kids need and just keep up with their checkups, like
Right.
yearly
Serious.
checkups. And yeah, just these are not adult bodies. These kids don't know how to take care of themselves. So we got to make sure that they're on it. So, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. No, because they need to have. We need to know resources because knowledge is important.
Yeah.
So we don't have that knowledge. We don't need to know to tell. We don't know where to go. But if it wasn't for my wife talking to her coworker about it, we would never know this.
We'll
I
never
wouldn't know.
know.
And she said, "Is
Yeah.
it okay I share the information with my husband?" And she told me about it. She said, "Before I go in detail, let me talk to her again.
Yeah.
Send me the link." And then I called them and found out like middle school to high school, free heart screening all over San Antonio. And it's right off Broadway.
Right.
That's awesome. I know they had said in the comments as well, like Tua, he was an example of the multiple concussions and like it's so serious. Like we just need to be on top. Samuel said he tells his kids that he wants good tackles, not big hits.
That's
Right.
right.
Yeah.
You can make a big hit and the running back can still keep on going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even at there was a camp at UTSA last year when over the summer. Oh, was it summer or was it early? Around this time. And I asked it, would you talk to the coaches about how y'all are teaching tackling?
Right.
And then some guy in the comment, I can't even remember who it was talking about, you got these stupid youth coaches trying to teach them how to tackle college. It's not teaching them to tackle college. It's teaching them the right way. And they're
Right.
teaching them
Exactly.
how if you're a linebacker or a lineman, they say it's a profile phone booth tackle. You square up whatever side they have the ball on, you put your helmet on that side.
Right.
And then you explode from your hips, you can still hit here. And then they teach their cornerbacks, go low. They say don't even slow down. They say hit and wrap up or just
Right.
go straight through. We're not trying to allow anybody to go to the sidelines. So I started teaching my kids that. And we found out that worked.
Right.
But it's just the fact that why would you criticize someone trying to elevate and go forward and try and teach them? The earlier you learn, the better off you're going to be. It's not saying it's something difficult. I have
Yeah.
Marquise Cruz. He brings a Outlaw 6U team on Fridays. And we just got back in the pads, and we were teaching that. Helmet to the side, hit, wrap up.
Right.
And I teach them 2 to 3. But if the bigger guys, they say phone booth tackle.
I
helmet
think
to
we
the
need a
side.
demonstration.
2 to 3
I'm
tackle.
gonna demonstrate on you.
You.
You gonna line up and we gonna let Legacy come lay you out.
Hell no.
But yeah, and some of the players, they cause fumbles because
Right.
you put your helmet to the side right here. You're just hoping that, because you're still sinking your hips, keep your head up. I'm going to hit that hand long enough to where it's going to get numb and that ball's going to get loose.
Right.
Pop, and cause 3 fumbles.
Right.
And that's the first time they're ever going through tackling drills.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know if you recall this. Well, I'm pretty sure you do, but I know you did. I don't know if this was last year or maybe the year before last, but you did something with UTSA, and it was a big deal.
That was it.
Okay, and that's what I was thinking, because that was a big deal, man. And the reason why I gave you your props earlier, because, man, once again, like when it comes to the youth page, I rarely comment, you know what I'm saying, but I do read the comments.
You be creeping.
Yeah,
You be
it ain't
creeping.
creeping. I just be on there because I be wanting to know.
You be
I
in
be
the
wanting to know what people really
comments.
think. You know what I'm saying? So one of the things it had struck me as odd is, once again, their work coaches criticizing you for trying to basically help them improve their game, saying, "Hey, man, this is for everybody. This is an effective way that's being taught by
Yeah.
college coaches."
Exactly.
College coaches, not YouTube, you football coaches.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, you know, the evolution is there if you want it. You know, I will never knock anyone who seeks to expand their knowledge base on their own time and on their own dime. You know what I'm saying? Because that's something that you've desired to do on your own. You know what I'm saying? Because you are training kids.
Yeah.
You are training athletes. You know what I'm saying? So you can't call yourself a trainer if you're not willing to do your own research and find out the safest methods, the most effective methods or whatnot, you know. And once again, you know, it's just, I know there's a lot of peer pressure involved in this stuff because people are always going to tell you, man, you shouldn't be doing it that way. Do it this way, you know. But you've stayed the course. And, you know, I know when I get people that ask me, hey, man, I'm trying to find a trainer or something, you know, you're always the first guy that I send the people that asked me about it, and we talked about this a little bit offline earlier, and I said the main reason is this, because I know your heart is in the right place. You know what I'm saying? So anytime that I refer somebody to another person, I always do a heart check. And it's crazy because we talking about getting your heart checked and stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
But like literally, if your heart ain't in the right place, I'm not referring anyone to you.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn how good you are, because you may not be doing it for the right reasons. As many years as I've seen you train these kids, I've never seen you make it about you. We just talked about Makai, you know what I'm saying, and what you did to help him. We talked about Chill, what you did to help him, but it's not about you, and you're not making it about you. You know what I'm saying? So, once again, man, and what you guys have to understand is on our platform, we're going to celebrate and we're going to acknowledge folks that make a difference in what we love.
Yep.
We love
Right
youth
way.
sports. We
Yeah.
love youth football. You know what I'm saying? So we have to celebrate the folks that share that love with our kids. Once again, if you are looking for a trainer to show your kids how to properly tackle, even when it comes to strength and conditioning, speed, this guy literally does it all. You know what I'm saying? Man, reach out to him. We'll find a way to tag his information into this particular video.
Yeah.
That way that you guys can reach out to him, man. And shout out to Coach Marquise for making sure that our young 6-year-olds
Yep.
are learning how to tackle properly, because once again, you can be a great coach but not be a master of every facet of the game.
You need
And
help.
I know if I have a 6-year-old kid who's playing tackle for the first time, I want them to learn how to tackle the right way from the beginning.
Yeah.
It's harder to unteach a bad habit than it is to just teach it the right way.
Yep.
You have no idea. Because they're kids. They're just coming from flag.
Right.
And they're used to being in a 2-point stance, or they don't know how to fall.
Right.
So the first thing we go over is how to fall.
Right.
Because a lot of times they want to put their arms straight down. And then they fall, momentum's going to carry them, and their head's going to hit the ground. I said, when you're about to fall, bring your arm in. Too many kids break their arms
Right.
by trying to catch
Falling.
themselves.
Yeah. Do you
And I
think
showed
it's
them a picture.
easier? Do you think it's easier teaching a kid that has never played flag, as opposed to teaching them?
They're both the
this
same
come-
because they're still young.
Got it.
Yeah, they're still young. So, and it takes repetition because they're not going to always get it right the first time. All
Right.
it takes is one time to get it wrong.
Yeah.
And that happened to one of the kids. I showed him a picture of a kid that broke his arm who was on the team. I said, "Do you want your arm looking like this?" And it was a snake, and it was like dipped up and down, and the scream that kid made, people tell me, was just so excruciating. I said, "That's what I want you to understand." And I'll put a kid on the wall. I'll make them do wall sits, hold a 10-pound plate. They 5 or 6 years old. I don't care. They got to hold the plate out. And I said, I'd rather you get hurt here doing wall sits than get hurt on the field.
Right.
Field.
So they do that. They leave with their helmet, or they try to catch themselves with their arms straight down. Like I said, it's just, I'd rather you get hurt here.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
your parents have to hear you or take you to the emergency room because you did it wrong.
Right.
So
Some good stuff, man.
it is.
What-
Just
what-
kind of going from the comments, Ernest Cutler, he said, got some good stuff. He'd also suggest blood work every quarter as well.
Yes.
Bodybuilders do it. Student athletes should as well. So thank you.
No, wait, no. Did you say Mr. Cutler?
Mr. Cutler.
Okay, let me correct. That's Dr. Cutler.
Dr. Cutler.
That man is a Dr. Cutler.
Well, you know what? You need to be reading some of these
Dr. Cutler.
things too.
I'm sorry, Cut. I'm sorry, Cut. I had to let her know what's up, man. Dr. Cutler.
I know moving forward, it's Dr. Cutler.
All right. I just want to make sure he's addressed
My
properly.
apologies.
That man worked hard to get that doctor.
Hey,
in front of
I'm
his
not
name.
taking anything from. Yes, yes. Kevin Ormsey said he did learn a lot from you, Coach Willie. So, and you're the reason why he
Kevin's
coaches.
there, and he shows, because Kevin brought his son when he first started, and he shows his mark where he broke his arm by doing it. So he has that visual to show him, do y'all want to end up like this? And it's a long scar.
Right.
So
Yeah, shout out to Coach Kevin, man. I saw 11
Yeah.
you head coach, man. So, good dude. High character.
he coached with me, and we went to Las Vegas, and he wore the shirt. He wore an outlaw, the only white boy.
The
on
only
staff.
white boy.
Oh
on
yeah,
staff.
yeah.
Man, look, hey, listen. So we went to Dallas, right? I did not know he had that on the back of his shirt. So I'm serious, man, because he's on my staff.
Yeah.
Right? So
That's
Man,
my boy
like
right
I'm
there.
serious. We was out there, we was out there in between games, and I had this parent. She was from Dallas. She says, "Hey, where's the only white boy on your staff at?" And I was like, "Excuse me?" She was like, "Yeah, the white boy." And I was like, "Oh man, like now Kevin was the only white guy that's on, but it was on my staff."
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, that's kind of rude, man. and I'm feeling because I gotta have my boy back on this, man. I can't be like, oh yeah, that white boy. I'm like, man. But she says no. That's what it says on his shirt. I'm like, you lying. She
No,
says,
he
man,
had-
he has that on the back of his shirt. I said, no, he got his name on the back of his shirt. Man, I walked over there, and sure enough, Coach Kevin over there, big ass beard, laughing, joking or whatever. So I say, Kevin, turn your ass around, man. Kevin turned
And he
around,
said,
and on
pause.
the back it say the only white guy on the staff. I said, man.
Yeah, he told Alex Tiggs and all that. I was like, dog, no, you don't. And he wore that shirt in Vegas. And now we're going to Nashville for True Talent with Rusty. And that's for one of the first times I talked to him when they had it in New Orleans.
Right.
And we going to Nashville, and I hope he wears that shirt again.
Man,
Oh
Coach
my
Kevin, my
gosh.
boy, though, man. I would tell you, that's a good
He
guy.
needs to copyright that.
That's a good guy, man. So what else we got on tap, Tori? Good stuff so far.
Yeah. Just kind of some shout outs to you, Willie, Becca. She said that her son and grandson are better players because of the training that you've done. So they appreciate you. Lydia Delgado also said that her son lost some weight because of Coach Willie. So his program is not for the weak. Hence the reason I'm not going to start off with you.
That's Lori will get you too. I mean, she'll be nice to you. She'll be nice to you. I take
Tori
that back.
can't hang, man.
Neither can you.
Look, hey, look, Tori, y'all beauty. That's it.
Neither can
Tori ain't
you.
gonna get no grind in. No, I can hang. Hey, I'll be out. Look, I'm telling you, I'm the oldest. No, I ain't the oldest on the staff. We got a couple of, maybe one or two coaches older than I am in the organization. Probably about 10 that look older than me, but it's probably like 2 that's only.
Give you 1 week of not dyeing your beard, and we'll see who looks older.
I tell you, my beard gonna stay black to the day I die. Hey, I'll be 80 years old and still got an all black beard. I ain't going with no salt
Oh
and
my
pepper.
gosh.
It's the only hair I can grow, so I gotta have it. You came
out the womb with that beard, huh?
Hey, shout out to Just for Men, M60. That's my brand right there. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna use some black products, but they just don't seem to get me as dark as I need to be. You know what I'm saying?
White
I want
products
jet
get
black.
darker.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
So-
and then Samuel Allen, he said that Bear and Bam love Willie's. He's not gonna lie, he enjoys Willie in the program even more than coaching. It's like seeing a lion in its element versus a zoo.
Yeah, because I'm confined because I can't say what I want to say. I'll admit, like, my technique and approach isn't for everybody
Right.
because I'll break you down, you throw up, get the fuck up, keep on going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go.
'Cause I tell you, either you're making someone better or you're getting worse.
Right.
Because you got to push everybody there.
Yeah.
It's not a selfish thing and selfish mentality because, like I said, I learned part of that from training Kai, because when we first did a 5 a.m. workout at the Sand, he contacted teammates from Steel, and we had 14 show up at 5 a.m. And this is before the season even started, so that let me know. And I started thinking, like, when I was in school, I didn't care about having my teammates get better.
Right.
It was only about me getting better, so I
he's
could
a
get
leader.
scholarship. But
Wow.
I still learn from other people, and to have a kid teach me that.
Right.
So that changed my approach on how I wanted to start doing it, because I got away from doing one-on-ones because so many people get shut down. They start crying, feel like they can't do it. They crying, throwing up. All right, throw up, get up and go again. I don't
Yeah.
care. But now they see other people pushing them.
Yeah.
Now
Makes
look,
a difference.
Just real quick, I think we do got that picture, Cobb, don't we? Can we show, man, this
The monster.
caveman? Cause that's what Kai is, man. Kai just a damn beast, man. You know, when Kai played with us
That's
for a couple
crazy.
years, man.
Yeah.
So when I seen this kid,
From his first session to
That's
his senior
amazing.
year,
but that's dedication, that's commitment, that's
whole nother
sacrifice.
level.
I low key could get my back looking like that.
He brought up like, damn.
Yeah, so man, so definitely shout out to Kai, man.
Yeah.
All right, what else we got,
Yes.
Tori?
Okay. So, and then the comments keep coming. So I really appreciate y'all interacting. Brian Autry said, "You saying he look old?"
Hey, Brian. Hey, man. Hey, don't self-incriminate, man. You know what I'm saying? I got an extra box of M60 at the crib for you, dog. I got an extra box of it for you, man. I get you right, dog. The only one old is Coach. Is my boy Coach Mike. Man,
Okay.
matter of fact, shout out to Coach Mike, man.
Shout out to
hey,
Coach
that is
Mike.
my dog. I'm gonna get Coach Mike on this show sooner or later, man.
Yes.
Look, a lot of y'all be clowning Coach Mike because Coach Mike is a clown by nature.
Yes.
He enjoys having a good time. But I promise you, y'all can learn a lot from that guy, man. Coach Mike is one of the most intelligent guys when it comes to football that I know, man.
Yes.
But right now, we Brian B, get to his house, get that man a haircut, because B is his barber. Get that man a haircut and take you some dye for his beard, man, and get my boy back right, dog. I just seen Mike last week, man, and we got to get Mike back right,
Get
dog.
him back.
Got to get him back right.
We miss
man.
you, Mike. Dr. Cutler,
Hey.
yes, said that he would love to come. Him and Chromosome would love to come and talk ball experience, evolution of football.
No, he didn't say chromosome, did he?
He did.
That's a little inside joke.
Okay.
Joe, hey.
You have a challenge.
What's the challenge?
You have a challenge.
What's the challenge?
Okay, so Lakeisha said that if you can do a workout together, and if she outlasts you, then you
Not gonna
can't
happen.
dye your
not gonna
beard
happen.
for a month.
Look,
Do
look,
it.
hey, listen. I back down from no challenge. I back down from no challenge. Look, man.
Okay, so I think it's on.
Listen, look, for one, you supposed to be down here to watch the 49ers and Cowboys game, and you didn't show up. You know what I'm saying? So we got to get that addressed first. So whenever you're ready to come to San Antonio, look, and don't get me wrong, I should put a picture of her because she is a beast in the gym. I'm telling you right now, she gets it in.
Okay, so what's the problem?
I get it in.
Okay, so there
You know what
should
I'm
be
saying?
no issue.
So that's the problem. For one, listen. I know we live in this watered down, feminine, masculine society or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got too much pride to let a woman beat me in the weight room. She may beat me in the kitchen, which I even doubt that. You know what I'm
my
saying?
gosh.
But when it comes to that weight room, I'm not letting no woman outwork me. That's for any, I ain't even challenge women like that. That's going to sound sexist. But for that's my girl. We family.
Yes.
And for her to challenge me on my show, hey, we
So
going to
you-
get it
so
in. You know
officially-
what? I will drive to Houston. And whatever gym she says she at, I'll meet her there. And we can
Yes,
throw them weights
and-
on.
and do
We
it on
can
live.
You
run.
gotta record it.
You do
Or
it
go
on live or record it. Yes.
More production.
Okay, so now we got to
Yeah.
put a date on it. Y'all got to make it happen. Since you are on, she challenged you on your
I'm
show.
with it. I'm with it.
Okay. All right. So we'll make it happen. Make it
Hey,
happen.
Willie, once we figure out the date, I just need you to train me for a little bit. Hey, make sure I get a shape. Hey, I need one of them chill. I need one of them chill workouts, dog. Don't have me embarrassed out there.
No,
man.
give him Kai's workout. Yeah. See who's talking now. She said you don't want none of them problems.
Hey, I'll be ready.
Okay, so really quick, because I know we're kind of running short on time, but wanted to take a turn to basketball.
Okay.
Because I feel like it kind of will lead into youth sports because we are dealing with a lot of this right now. But we're in the playoffs. And so there was a situation where Draymond Green, he got suspended for a game because he ended up, I guess, I don't know. I guess it was a foul, and he ended up stepping on the other team's
Sabonis.
Sabonis. Yes, he stepped on his chest. No, it was like a lift
It
off.
depends on what angle, because
Right.
I'm kind of like I like your approach on the first. On your first one, I was with you on that because I said that first angle they showed.
It was a
Because
trip.
if he didn't do it, he was going to fall or hurt himself.
No,
So we had to get a little elevation.
Hey, listen.
We needed
hey, that
to
dude
have
stomped that
he
man's
did
chest.
stomp
But you
on
know
him.
what? Hey, he stomped him, and he didn't show no remorse. But the
No.
dude deserved to be stomped on.
Why?
That's my opinion.
Wait. Okay, why?
Man, listen. For one, we're talking about the highest level of basketball on the planet. All right? Don't grab my ankle. All right? Don't grab my ankle. The ankle is one of the weakest joints in your body. You know what I'm saying? So if you grab my ankle and with my weight and my momentum the way I'm going, man, you could end my career.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Don't
Okay.
play around with me like that. You know what I'm saying? I'll take a 1-game suspension to show you don't ever do that to me again. You know what I'm saying? Now, and I'm one of the ones to say I think the penalty was justified. He should have got suspended. He should have got throughout the game, whatever and stuff. But that's one of the ones that I'm gonna say, you know what? Hey, I'm cool with it. I bet he won't do it again. Because next time I'm gonna break his goddamn rib cage open.
Shouldn't have been on the ground.
But then when Draymond had nothing to do with that falling foul,
He wasn't even the one.
that man,
Yeah.
like you said.
Yeah.
So he got fouled by somebody else.
He grabbed the
and-
wrong
Yeah,
person.
he grabbed the wrong.
Right.
The
Oh.
other player was boxing him out. Then he fell, and then he grabbed his ankle like that, opposite arm, opposite direction.
Right.
And then if he would have been turning the wrong way, he could have got hurt bad.
So, and I'm not gonna victimize Draymond because I definitely don't think Draymond is a victim in any shape, form, or fashion. You know, but you also have to assess what Sabonis did. That was a dirty play. And it just got completely, overlooked. You know, they didn't even call the tech initially. You know, they had to go back and look at the replay. And when Draymond was like, man, this dude grabbed my leg, they was like, oh, okay, well, I guess we got to throw a tech. But if we're going to throw the tech, we're going to throw you out.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? But, and like I said, I'm not a Draymond Green fan. I think Draymond is dirty. You know what I'm saying? Personally, any guy who sucker punch his own teammate, you're not going to have, like, I don't mess with you.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
I don't mess with you.
Yeah.
Like I said, if you sucker punch your teammate, it's something mentally wrong with you. You can't control yourself.
Not no value. When he was like, well, hit me damn pussy.
It don't matter.
We don't know what was going on. We don't know what's going on the other side.
All I'm gonna tell you is this: I don't need no
he
audio.
said he asked me.
I don't need.
You saying it shouldn't have gotten there?
Nah, all I'm gonna tell you is this. See, for one, Poole is a lot better than the majority of us. Because, for one, you ain't just finna steal off on me and then we still finish practice.
Jordan started off on Steve Kerr.
Yeah, but that's Jordan against
Nigga.
Steve Kerr.
Yeah.
Once again, it's Draymond against Poole. So, Jordan is certified. Because, no, he is.
So you're just
No.
you're justifying.
No. Now, what I'm telling you is this. No, what I'm telling you is this. When I say Jordan is certified, you know what I'm saying? Man, Jordan was like that with everybody. Yeah, he was. Yes, he was. Jordan done threw hands with more than Steve Kerr. You know what I'm saying?
You moving to go, we talking practice.
Okay, all right. So the whole point I'm making is this. When I look at Draymond Green, once again, I'm not going to victimize Draymond Green is a wankster to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I don't think what happened to him was right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, with him grabbing his ankle. But I ain't going to never sit up here and try to make it seem like Draymond Green is a victim. Draymond Green is a bully. But he only bullies certain people. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion.
I think I need to know your definition of wankster.
Wankster just, there's a
Because
fake-
I thought a wankster was a white
Y'all
gangster.
ain't never listened to 50 Cent.
Yes.
Like you
You
talking
ain't
about
never
Ja
listened to
Rule
50
first
Cent.
song.
Oh.
That's
That's what I thought it was.
we didn't do mediator.
We're going to start calling Tori Barbie.
No, what I'm saying is,
I wore a
like,
shirt that said Barbie.
I think it
Put your head down.
He's gonna be talking to Tori off whether he right or wrong or not.
Right, okay.
It's so low too.
So Legacy, who's behind the cameras, y'all can't see him, but what Legacy is basically saying is Draymond Green is having to deal with the Rasheed Wallace, Dennis Rodman type effect. But you know
Reputation.
what? That's what he created for himself.
Reputation proceeds.
That's his reputation. Because
That is
he's not
true.
going to get the benefit of the doubt because
No.
he does
He does it.
sucker
Does
stuff
that.
often.
Yeah, I'm not denying that.
Right.
But like you said, Rasheed Wallace, it been y'all seen The Last Dance, and then Rob, this is all we need you to go out there and do.
Yeah.
And he grabbing legs, ass,
Yeah.
balls, and
Yeah.
everything. And
He sure did.
But the
No
thing
doubt
is-
about it.
But look, I'm gonna tell you the difference between a Dennis Rodman and a Draymond Green. Dennis Rodman never denied who he was.
No.
He'll tell you, hey, this is who I am. I'm gonna get in your head. I'm gonna take you out your game.
Yeah.
I give Sabonis big props because he did what he was supposed to do. For one, you got Mike Brown over there coaching. Mike Brown know how Draymond get down because he coached him.
Yeah.
So huge shout out to Mike Brown because Mike Brown said, you know what, we're going to get in Draymond here. We know that Draymond is emotional. We know that he's emotionally weak, especially because Sabonis is whooping his ass on the glass. He whooping him in points. He doing all this other stuff. He giving Draymond the business for the most part. And if you think I'm not going to look at the stats, Sabonis been outplaying Draymond, right? So now Draymond takes his frustration out.
Yeah.
You know, it's frustration. Now, like I said, once again, I'm telling you, if I'm Draymond, I'm doing the same thing. I'm doing the same thing because you're not finna twist my ankle and get away with that.
I'm just looking at these comments. Like, Keisha said, hey, Poole allowed another man to sucker punch him. What real man would allow that? Samuel
Well,
Allen, he
hold on.
said,
Go ahead.
He said, man, we all know as a man that you fought your best friend and chilled the next day. So he
Jordan
doesn't
Poole
think
and
that
Green
Draymond is a
ain't
bully.
best friends.
But he's just
No.
saying that as like you're able to just fight and y'all
fought
men are
teammates before.
y'all men are different.
But what I'm saying is this though, you may have because we've all fought teammates before.
Y'all
but
don't
the
hold
thing
on
is
to stuff like
but
that.
there's a difference between a fight and a sucker punch.
That's true.
Have you ever sucker punched a teammate?
No, he
Any
deserved
teammate that you done fought, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, he
They
deserved
knew it
that
was
shit.
coming.
Listen, you had enough respect for them to know once you threw them hands, they was gonna throw them hands back at you. That's what you respect. Now, if Jordan Poole would have fought back, it wouldn't been no issue. It'd have been like, all right, cool. But see, when you see Draymond seek out a person who don't have that in them, they not built like that. See, where I'm come from, we didn't even fight people that didn't want to fight us back. Be like, man, you weak. I'm not going to even whoop your ass, bro, because you weak.
Pointless, yeah.
It's pointless. I ain't going to get no benefit out of this from whooping you. You know, I want to see Draymond fight all these tough guys. You ever seen him mess with Joel Embiid?
Brooks.
They get into it all the time.
No, I'm talking about fighting.
Fight, though.
I ain't talking about tongue wrestling. I'm talking about fighting.
Tongue wrestling?
Tongue wrestling. That's old school. She don't know. Come on, Barbie. God damn. Hey, hold on. I gotta go get the dictionary for tongue wrestling. Oh, that means talking trash. Okay.
Meant something totally different.
Social media made that more because, like, this is the thing I feel like when
It
it
is.
comes to that. I played basketball and stuff of that nature. When it comes to that locker room, a lot of shit go down. We don't see.
We don't talk about it.
We don't see when they run a scrimmage where they pull, and not justifying, but I'm just saying where they pull. You know, we're pushing around, elbowing, little shit here and there. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? I remember the first time we found out Kobe Bryant because everybody was shocked. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Because people
Shut
leaking
up,
shit
Trey.
you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man.
Social media hypes it up because if they would have recorded all the stuff that was going on, we in the locker room or on the field.
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah,
that,
we'd all be
it
in
would have been
trouble.
a wrap. I would have been expelled.
I think Draymond just the media of the generation, your boy Skip Bayless that you protect dearly. You know what I'm saying?
It's your best friend.
It's
your best friend.
But anyway, that's what's up. I just think so. I think social media and the media blew that up more than.
Samuel said it wasn't a sucker punch.
Who, with Draymond? Well, no, Jordan Poole like pushed him off of him, like, hey man, you too close. And Draymond just decked him. So what I'm saying is this. When I say it's a sucker punch, this is what I mean. Hitting anybody that you know is not gonna fight you back, you know what I'm saying? To me, that's weak.
That's
You know
not
what
a
I'm saying?
sucker punch, though. That's just
Well, I
being-
mean, he
that's
wasn't
just you being
okay.
weak. That
Now,
was not
listen,
a sucker punch.
Listen, if you hit somebody under false pretenses, if me and you just sitting there talking and we get into a heated argument and I just hit you,
If we get into a heated argument, you better back up.
you ain't gonna do nothing, Barbie. Barbie ain't gonna do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So listen, and look, and I respect what Sam is saying, but my
Yeah.
whole thing once again is this: if it had been a situation of where Draymond is like, man, say something else, I'm gonna knock your ass out.
So you're saying Draymond needed to give him like a warning?
I mean,
We said
That's
Listen.
what I'm getting from that.
well, I would say so because Draymond outweighed the dude. He bigger than the dude and stuff or whatever.
Well, because
And-
Samuel Allen said
and-
that he was talking like a big dog, so it's not his fault that he.
Man, listen.
Actually-
We look, listen. We got guys that talk trash all the time, especially in youth sports.
And they
Oh, yeah.
deserved. Okay, yes.
So, and it still never escalates to the point that where somebody get slid, you know. So, but anyway, like that's just my opinion. Other folks are gonna agree, maybe disagree or whatnot. But at the end of the day, let's parlay it into this. Draymond's reputation has put him in an adverse position. Yes. He don't get the benefit of the doubt. You know what I'm saying? He's looked at as a bully because he's constantly taunting, messing with folks, talking trash, degrading people. You know what I'm saying? Legacy looking like you don't like we talking about Martin Luther King instead of Draymond Green or something.
You know, he was a slut, but we won't talk about it. But we talking about Draymond. Don't bring him.
James Champagne said pick on somebody your own size in a sense. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, for the most part.
What I'm saying is, when it comes to certain players, that's their job. I mean, he being the heel of whatever you got going on.
But how's that his job against his own teammate?
Are we still talking about him knocking out Poole? I thought we were talking about
I
him.
thought so too.
Hey, listen. All I'm saying is this: when we, Willie, you coached.
You don't have no audio, man.
If you had a player like Draymond Green, who's had a reputation of we're gonna take it to football.
All right.
Late hits, questionable tackles, disrespectful antics. And the referee throws a questionable flag on him. Who do you fault in that situation?
The player.
The player, right? Because we know that our reputation precedes us. There are certain organizations, Outlaws used to be one of them. Back in the day, say, them jokers are dirty. And I'm like, man, we ain't dirty. We just play hard physical football, man, but it's not dirty. You know what I'm saying? So when them referees start throwing them flags because we just have a hard hit, they're like, no, man, y'all was trying to hurt that kid. Man, they just trying to tackle him.
Yeah.
So we had to change our image. You know what I'm saying? And that took a lot of time. That took a lot of effort to try to get to the point where people say, you know what? Because it don't matter how much I disagreed with them. If that's what they perceived us as, you know what I'm saying, I felt like we had to try to change that. A lot of these kids nowadays, I went to, it was a 7-on-7 event.
At Madison.
Yeah, the Tone Baby. You was there. Matter of fact.
The last.
You look. You know what? I don't even want to hog the mic. You tell me your perception of, because I think one of your teams may have been involved. Was
it was
let
was
him
it
tell.
at
Go
the, was it
ahead
at
and
the last game?
It was like the last game.
Yeah.
Do tell.
So, Certified Aces played Elite House.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we wanted to play their 18U.
Right.
And we kept on saying, well, why didn't your 18U back out? Because we were supposed to play Elite House 18U
right.
as our first game, but they backed out the tournament. So when their 15U won, coaches and players said, where's your 18U? We want your 18U.
Right.
Because they want to play the best.
Right.
Because people don't talk about Certified Aces like they should. They won TIFL when they 15U. They won it last year in the 18U.
Right.
People don't give them their credit. And I'm very blessed. Eric and Dustin asked me to be on their staff.
Right.
On the 18U, because I don't know shit about 7-on-7.
Right.
Everything I'm learning is what they're teaching me.
Right.
And when they were talking to them, well, the 15, like, well, we want to play y'all then. We want to play y'all. And then they started to play, and then coaches over there were talking. Some of our players were talking back, and it escalated.
Right.
And I'm glad that there are people there to separate them, because
This
I don't
is
see
between the players or the coaches?
both. And I don't see why an adult should be talking trash to a
To a
kid.
kid.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
that's what was happening.
Oh, hell no.
And that's why one of our players, we had to pull him out because of that. Because not everybody's going to have that same level. You disrespect me, I'm going to find a way to talk back to you.
Right.
Instead of like, okay, you're an adult, I respect you, I'm sorry. That's not going to happen in the heat of a battle. They already won the championship. We won our championship. They won theirs, but then we want to play the older team. Bring
Right.
them out. Who are y'all anyway? Well, turns out it could be debatable, but we're the team that won TFL last year.
Right.
Yeah.
But they're not getting that respect that they deserve. And if you don't know about Certified Aces, you need to learn about them. So,
Well, look,
But
I
there was an
will
argument,
say
though.
this, because
yeah.
I'm going to be one of those guys to say, I didn't know about Certified Aces, right? But I'm there because I'm just watching football. It's competitive. I seen Elite House win the 15U division, and when I tell you they put a clinic on this team that they played, it was like literally, it was crazy. I mean, every touchdown that they scored, man, it was some type of comedy show, man, because they had the little funny celebrations or whatever and stuff. They basically beat the crap out of this team, right?
Were they taunting the other team?
Oh yeah, big
But
time.
but it's going to happen.
But this seven, but it's
That's where
but hold
7-on-7
on.
is different.
But it's
Yeah.
7-on-7, and that's to be expected.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not taking nothing away from Elite House because they are very talented for a 15U team,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
right?
Very talented.
Now, when I watch Certified Aces, is an 18U go down there and they pretty much beat the brakes off the team that they played. Now, it wasn't a taunt and none of that stuff or what have you.
Yeah.
But when the game was over with, that's when the taunting started. You know, it was like, y'all ain't this, y'all ain't that, blah, 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 and stuff, whatever. So the first thing that I said as a spectator was, as a 15U coach, I'm not putting my team on the field with 18-year-olds.
Right.
You know, I'm going to protect my kids, man. You can call me scary. You can call me a punk. You can call me whatever you want to. I'm not putting my 15-year-old kids on any field. I don't give a fuck if it's 7-on-7 or not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's just crazy.
But
That's
they
crazy.
took the field. And the thing was, at the time, they were saying this is for the trophies because both teams had won the
Yep.
championship trophy.
See, and
So
they
why
give
would
up.
I put up my 15U
Wait, a
trophy
15 against an 18?
against an 18? Like, so to me, just the cockiness of thinking a 15-year-old team is going to be
gonna
the 18-year-old team is laughable to me. It's laughable.
Ooh-wee.
They went out there and they started playing. I want to say Elite House went on offense first.
Yeah.
They went 3 and out. They didn't come close to completing the pass. Certified Aces go out there. I think they scored easily, like first, second play. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. Elite House go back out there, no dice, can't get nothing. Certified Aces go out there, think they scored again. And before you know it, that's when the trash talking between the coaches started to say, man, like, what are we out here for? And then, of course, Elite. Anyway, the whole point I'm making is this. When we talk about the reputation, you know, I don't know what these players' reputations were, but by the time I left, this is what I thought. Elite House 15U, and this ain't no disrespect to none of the parents or the kids or the coaches, because I think I know one of the coaches over there. You know what I'm saying? I didn't realize that till after the fact. If that's how you guys get down, it's gonna be tough on y'all. It's gonna be tough. Because if you can celebrate when you win, but want to fight when you lose, that's a problem.
That's a problem.
And that's going to become your reputation. You know what I'm saying? And that's going to precede you. That's going to eliminate opportunities for you because folks will say, well, you know, if we beat them and we got to fight them, then we don't even want to play them.
Right.
And you spoke on that, bro. You said, I take my wins just like my losses.
You got to.
And I remember seeing that when I was like, y'all played at Cornerstone, I don't know if it was 2020 or 2021 when y'all scrimmaged started. I guess like whole Oregon, they were recording it live. And had to go into overtime or something like that with the Giants, I want to say.
Yep. On
You
the
said,
7U.
look, I'm not even going to argue here, there, and that. They said, I take my wins like my losses.
Right.
Yeah.
And other people couldn't see that.
Right.
All they saw was like people arguing and stuff like that. But said, "No, I'm letting you know, like this is in the heat of the battle. We have cameras." And he showed the picture.
Right,
I think I
right.
sent you the picture.
Right,
like
right.
the aerial shot when he didn't get there.
He didn't get in,
And there
right.
was another one that was he was lined up head over the center.
Right.
See, I still remember all this.
Yeah, I forgot because you're the one who sent me the picture. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, okay, all right.
And he lined up head over the center. And when you play with, they were playing by Typhoon rules at the time or something like that.
Can't line up
And
like
you can't
that.
line up head over the center. You can't line up in the A gap. And it was two pictures showing, plain as day. He was lined up over it. We said, look, I'm not going to argue here and there because I'm letting you know I take my wins like my losses.
Right.
And you have to be able to do that.
Right.
You can't just be over there talking shit, blah, 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 and then you lose and you want to fight her. Even if you win, you're still popping off and take it too serious. Like, you're not playing the game. It's based on kids.
Kids.
Right.
And that's where youth sport comes
Turn,
in. We
yes.
took it away from it being about the kids and more about a trophy that you want to hang up at your office or show someone else that you got
Yeah.
when you didn't play. We already did our time playing.
Right,
We
right,
played
right,
We
right.
played in college. We were on college teams. Other people are fighting for that. But you can't live through your kids to do it. Carlos Silva said, I live for my kids, not through them.
Right.
Yeah.
And when he said that, he does everything to try and help his kids do it. And then when they were in the high school, he let them do their thing.
Right.
And I learned a lot from Carlos. He was a great guy to talk to. And he's younger than me.
Right.
But he still dropped jewels that I needed to hear at the time.
Right.
And we got away from the fun and teaching component to where, like, now I'm going to try and call you out. Dog, you can call him all you want, but you basing your bet on a kid
Right.
who may have a bad day, something go
Yeah.
wrong. He may not be feeling well. He may get hurt, something like that.
And, you know, girlfriend done
Or
dumped
he's
him.
going through
Can't go to
puberty.
a party or whatever and stuff and go out there and play horrible.
But-
Look, hey, man, for all you youth coaches, I don't give a damn how big that trophy is.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn how much it costs. It's a youth trophy. You know, which means it's the most amateur of amateur.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It is like having the lowest level of whatever accomplishment that you can accomplish. You know what I'm saying? It's great for the kids. Let the kids celebrate that because for the kids, it's the highest level that they can accomplish at their age because it's youth. They're youth, right? But for us as coaches, you can take home that AYF National Championship trophy. You can take home a YNC National trophy. You can take home a Snoop National trophy, Typha State trophy or whatever and stuff. No other adult is going to walk in your home and say, wow,
Such a great dust
you
collector.
man, like this is
You made
wow, you made it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so quit idolizing stuff like that, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it's just like it just to me it sucks for a lot of these kids because, like you mentioned, the adults take away the fun and the innocence from the competition. We all believe in healthy competition. And trust me, I got coaches on my staff too, so I ain't finna sit up there and make it seem like the Outlaws are immune to this. We have coaches that need to be redirected, mentored, so that they get to the point to where they understand, man, this ain't about us. You know what I'm saying? Every time you talk trash to another adult, you put your team at jeopardy and at risk. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you, man, look, I gave y'all the story of and then he was actually 7, of my 7-year-old son who got the shit knocked out of him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You won't be catching Coach Fred out there talking no trash because my son is going to be the one who got to pay that. Ain't nobody going to mess with me. I'm not worried about that. Yeah. But they will try to take it out on my son. If I'm the one talking the trash, talking about y'all ain't this, y'all ain't that, or what have you. You know what I'm saying? So
what you're saying is if y'all coaches are out there talking mess, stop.
Man, listen, coaches stop because for once again,
we don't want them babies
I ain't
hurt.
trying to put nobody on blast.
Yeah, just stop.
Right, but for one, a lot of these coaches, come on, man, like, I don't even want to say this, man, but some of y'all coaches ain't had a fight in 10, 15 years, man. But y'all still think y'all got it, man. And y'all going out there talking all this noise, knowing that y'all can't do nothing. Right. You can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So you putting all this emphasis on these kids, man, and you making the kids have to fight your battles. Yeah. And when the kids lose, then the kids is all kind of sorry motherfuckers and weak. They trash, they garbage. No, you're that because you shouldn't have never put that kid in that situation, man, to fight your battle, man. If you that tough, go put your ass on some pads.
There you go.
And get out there. Get through one practice. Go to Willie Nelson and get through one of his workouts. Matter of fact, that's the challenge I got. Any coach that's out there talking this trash, go to Willie Nelson, man. I'll pay for the session.
Oh.
I'll do it free.
He gonna do it free. That's even better.
If I can get another one to show up, because I've had 2 coaches come and they both thrown up, so it don't matter. I want to get someone else to come out there and throw up.
So listen,
I got somebody for you.
Any coach that's out there talking trash, when I see you talking trash, I'm gonna put you on blast and say, "Hey, man, go to Willie Nelson. Don't talk no more trash until you complete a session with Willie Nelson, man.
There you go.
You got to earn the right to talk trash now."
There you go.
And one thing is benefit. I worked the U.S. Army Bowl National Combine in December, and I'm 43, and I was probably the fourth youngest.
You sound like Kevin Hart when you said
that. Yeah. I was like the 4th youngest coach there, trainer there, man.
I didn't really like that.
You good? But it asking them, like, you're around people that got wisdom, who been coaching in the NFL, coaching in college. And I said, what do y'all think about youth football? It means nothing. It doesn't matter. I said, what matters is when they get to high school, this stage. Right. So if we're putting so much emphasis on youth ball, we need to be developing them. Because when they get to middle school, I can speak on Harris. You have your science teacher or something that trying to coach football who's already tired and doesn't even know anything about developing.
They just getting that stipend money. That's it.
So it's our job to develop these kids.
Right.
To be there. And that's why I can give a shout out to the Outlaws, because the players who are dominating in high school, a lot of them came from Outlaw organization or DEFCON. Like, I see what they're doing, and the Warhawks.
Right.
So everybody talking about they developing, okay, it starts now, but let's see where they're at in high school.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you've been around over 6 years or so, 5 years, you should have some players in high school,
Right.
and you should have some players doing some things, versus just okay, I made a team.
Right.
If you really did your job developing, it'll show, because that's what it determines how good they do once they leave you. Because MVP at an All-American youth game or All-Star game means nothing.
Right.
These guys don't care about youth ball. They care about what you do in high school.
Right.
And that's what they don't understand. That's why I like being around these other gentlemen. I was just a sponge soaking it up, and coming around, now I get to be a representative, and I'm a part of the selection committee. I get to look at players from middle school and high school and invite them to Dallas.
Right.
And just this past weekend, I sent 6 players to the regional combine so they could try and compete to be in the U.S. Army Bowl game. So, Lord willing, 1 or 2 of them get selected.
Right.
Because Carson Green got selected as an alternative, and he got MVP.
Yep.
He represented San Antonio. What organization did he play with?
Play with the Outlaws.
Exactly.
Ooh, talk that.
So I'm just saying, like, you can hate on somebody's organization or team, but the proof is there. Like, if you're not putting the people in there, and I have no affiliation with the Outlaws, so you know that. So,
Right.
so people won't
Not
think
yet.
that I'm just
No,
about
stop
you.
lying. I'm just kidding.
Because
I'm just
I run
kidding.
my own, so I deal
Yeah.
with players from every organization.
Right.
But I can see from the outside looking in at where the proof is, who is developed. It's not just being bigger, smash mouth. I see videos out there with linemen going with their arms out like this.
Right.
And, oh, you're doing it. Oh, you're doing it. No. Elbows down, thumbs up, grab
Right.
the shoulder pads, push them up in their neck. Keep your feet chopping. Get a good base. Don't have this because now you're turning around in a circle.
Right.
Things like that. That's what we're going to be covering in our camp. So if you're really developing, we wouldn't have to put this together.
Right.
But certain organizations are doing it right.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what we need to focus on, getting these kids better now.
So
Because-
next time we're just gonna have some visual demonstrations.
Okay, you ready? I'll lock you up.
Yes, Fred's gonna come and he's gonna get some pads and
It's wild. But yeah, that's what
So
we're gonna
listen.
do.
So for all you organizations out there, all right, man, get with Willie, because what he's doing now is offering his knowledge, his expertise, his wisdom to benefit everybody. He's not affiliated with a organization, so that means he's open to help anybody that's willing to be helped.
Yeah.
You know, sometime in July he has a tackling camp with the DMF Ducks, you know, which is awesome. So, you know that means we got to get an outlaw tackling, because we not going to let you outdo us. All right, you already been on social media, man, with all these damn flies. The DMF Ducks got to fly every goddamn 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? Alex Tiggs, slow your ass down, man. Like, this dude, Tiggs, like a mad scientist on the flies. He just, every 2 hours, man, they got to do fly out and stuff or whatever. But anyway, organizations, man, like real talk, man, take advantage of this man while you have him. You know what I'm saying? Take advantage of him, man, because he's out here to benefit the youth of San Antonio. It's not too many people out here that do it from the right place. You know, most of these guys are trying to line their pockets. And it's funny, to me in San Antonio, man, like, people gravitate to those type of individuals just trying to line their pockets. They don't give a damn who they really helping as long as they line their pockets.
it's horrible.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, San Antonio is one of those cities where, you know, man, everything is based off of perception and money, you know, as opposed to really what you're trying to do. So,
And with the Junior Raiders, with Kent Carroll and Tiana Carroll, like, they asked me to come out and help them with their camp. So,
Awesome.
and they're a first-year org.
Right.
And when they were with the Hawks and Cornerstone, like, I would train their kids, and they see it. Even their daughter with soccer. Like, it's just, you see good people that want to try and help out. They have their heart in the right place. And the SA Panthers, I've been affiliated with them. They bring people. So,
right.
and of course, Alamo City Colts love them. So Samuel, Roland, I love what they do, and that's
Yeah, the
why my son plays with them, because I feel like their organization truly cares about the community. They fed the homeless.
Yeah.
They had the kids kind of feed the homeless. One kid was getting bullied at school who's not even affiliated with the organization. Aaron knew him, and he brought the kid to have his birthday party at practice. So it's like things like that you can't make stuff up like that.
Right.
They truly doing it from their heart,
Yeah.
and that's why I let my son play. I told Samuel, I said, I'm not gonna let my son play with y'all. Find another organization if you're not coaching.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I see Samuel Allen truly does care about the kids, and I'm very selective with who my son is around. Both of them, like once Thor was with the Seminoles and DC got him,
Yeah.
he became a different person.
Yeah. I saw that transformation. Right.
Oh, DC got Thor right now. He's doing it at Madison and Flash. Like he did his thing. I'm very proud of him, but I'm very selective on who I put my kids around. That's why I hope more parents do that. That's why I'm very blessed to where people do come to me because they see why I'm doing it. Mm-hmm. They see that I truly care about because it's not all about just training. We sit down and talk.
Right.
Like, and I've had a thing now to where every Friday I have a high school player come and talk to the kids. And then just this past Monday, I had the high school kids that went to the U.S. Army Combine talk to the 8 o'clock group. And 8 o'clock group are my dogs. They're my varsity players that they're self-motivated. They all want to go to school. You have players like Royal, Coop, Kai, Q,
great guys.
Miguel.
Yeah.
And these guys are getting D1 offers. A couple of them already going D1, but they still got that same hunger.
Right.
And they're not going to let anybody stop them because they know when it comes to work, they got to put it in, and they don't need anyone to babysit. They just want to fine-tune the skills and get better because as you get older, that talent gap gets smaller. So, sure, you could be a dog right now, but you're just a puppy when it comes to the grand scheme of things.
Right.
There's so much more you got to learn. So when they talk about dogs, they don't realize that.
Hey, man.
And a wild dog get put
You're
down to sleep.
8, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old
check this
child.
out,
Ain't
man.
no dog, you a
Willie,
puppy.
the next time you come on the show, man, we're gonna have to get you dressed up in a suit, put you on that little preacher thing or whatever. The boy on there preaching, man.
Boy.
Joe go on there preaching. Hey man, anybody got a plate we can pass around?
Golly.
Collect some tires for Pastor Nelson, man.
Wow.
So one of the viewers, he actually looked new. It was up a little bit further in the comments, but wanted to know where you're located.
Over 7140 Oak Lawn off 410 in Fredericksburg.
Okay.
It's near us on the other side of the highway from Dave and Buster's. So they know where Dave and Buster's at, just on the other side.
Okay.
Now look, I'm gonna say this because Willie ain't gonna say it, man. Willie has a great heart, but man, make sure you paying this man. If you utilizing the service, man, make sure you paying this guy, man, because he does it for the love, and he ain't gonna tell y'all that. I just know how things work. I know how things work, Willie, man. You provide a great service, and sometimes our heart becomes bigger than our pockets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you run a business. You know what I'm saying? And look, Willie ain't telling me to say this because he probably gonna be mad at me. As soon as it comes, man, why the fuck you say that, Fred? Well, I'm telling you, just as a businessman, you know what I'm saying? Man, we gotta keep our people uplifted that are doing work for the community. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what this man goes through to edify these kids, man, to keep these kids going. So we gotta keep these type of services and businesses viable. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, and I know for a fact, I don't even know what you charge, but I know you don't charge enough. You know what I'm saying? Because your heart is in the right place. You know what I'm saying? So, man, make sure that if you're signing up for Willie's services, man, that you are making sure that you paying this guy, you know what I'm saying? Because the results are there. You know what I'm saying? You pay for the results, man.
Thank y'all for dropping his information.
They dropped it?
Yeah, dropped the phone number, the address. Oh, yeah, they
Yeah,
got you.
that's what
They
we
got
talking
you.
I love y'all. Thank
Hey,
Yeah.
that last thing, man. Don't be mad at me for this, man. But listen, Willie Nelson is a BBL specialist, but it's natural. You want to go get you a nice butt? Go to the program because he works that.
Okay, got it.
see
I
like,
got you. I got
He
you.
not doing no surgery and nothing. He's
Got
doing
it. I
the
got
work.
The ladies there, like Lori does a glute class and all this other stuff, and I see the workout she doing. I incorporate that in mine. And
See, y'all
that
thought I was
Wonder Woman
playing.
stuff like, and we're gonna actually a class on Saturdays just dedicated for that.
Okay, so I'm going to have to get with Lori. Okay.
Yeah,
Lori,
that's what I'm saying. You
I'ma
want a
get with
nice, tight anus? I don't know the word. Buttocks. What you want me to say, it, man?
Time for you to pass your bedtime, sir. Okay. Hey, quick
Hey, look.
shout out to Blaze.
Blaze, big Blaze.
Thank you and Danny, he came on here saying what's up. So Danny, thank you for letting us
Thank
use
you,
your
Danny.
space.
Oh man, look, we can't leave without shouting Danny out, man. Listen, if you see a Supreme Cuts, man, once again, I know y'all like my M60 beard and it's all trimmed up, but Danny does all my stuff with me, man. You know what I'm saying? The Puerto Rican king of the shave.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna beat it, man. You know what I'm saying? The dude gets down with them damn clippers.
Down and
All
down.
right, so make sure that you come see Danny if you want to look fly like me.
Sean Caldwell said, "Tell Fred his beard looking dry."
Man, look, Sean. I'm the one who
He
puts.
just put
Look, I'm the one.
just-
Listen, I'm the one who put Sean up on game. I'm the one who put Sean up on game. The last 7-on-7 event we was at, Sean looked like he had some motor oil in his beard. It was so shiny. And he was like, "Fred, I'm just trying to be like you, big bro." I said, "You good. You starting off right. We just you got too much drip in there, though. You got too much drip off in there." You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, look, it was a great show.
It was.
Definitely, Willie, we got to have you on again, man. The knowledge that
Oh,
you
we
dropped
are.
tonight,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I know the viewers enjoyed it.
No, they blessed the
Yes.
great people.
Hey, I know they
so
enjoyed
much.
it.
So-
Hey,
Thank you.
Mauricus, boy, you better quit missing out, dog.
Nah, for real.
I'll be
You
the new
missing
guest
all
host.
the good
Watch out.
stuff.
There you go.
Hey, co-star. All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much for being in the comments. Really, I think we just gonna make you not have. Y'all don't need your phones. This is good. Just
You know what? Maybe you just do the comments.
I got you. All right. Oh, Lakeisha said that you are still going to have a gray beard now.
Okay, we'll
So,
see.
Get with her.
We'll see.
All right, y'all. Have a great weekend. Thank you.
Next
take care.
Thursday. 8
Subscribe,
o'clock.
YouTube.